We are hardworking, soul searching. Gotta learn from our mistakes. We are strong-minded, never blinded, just doing what it takes. We are awesome creatures, true believers, with a comeback kids. We are non-hating, true relating. That's who we are. We are strong. We are strong. We are strong.
Greetings. I am your host, AJ Adams. Thank you all for joining us as we rock truth or absolutely nothing at all. We live in a society today where truth, even before our very eyes, is consistently questioned, criticized, and altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. We believe that the Bible, our kingdom constitution, is inspired, infallible, inherent, and the final authority for all. RockTrue Queens is founded on He, who is the original point of reference for all things to come through eternity. The RockTrue Queens is a cross-cultural response to the generational, economical, and social concerns of the kingdom woman in today's society. RockTrue Queens is established for each one to reach one to teach one, the lost art of embodiment as an inherent chosen daughter. Therefore, exposing the hidden in plain sight, assassination attempt on the kingdom morals, integrity, and glory of her identity. Ultimately healing the broken love language between the king and his queen by applying kingdom principles, revelation, and knowledge. The Rock True Queen seeks to inspire, enlighten, and highlight upcoming and established local and international queens and kings of character while promoting Black consciousness and awareness, who we are and to whom we belong. It is absolutely a kingdom renaissance. Hello, 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 fellow truthers. Welcome to the show for today.
Day Queen.
Hey, honey.
Hey, sis. How are you?
Good, and you?
I am amazing. I really am. I really am. Send all this stuff out, answering text messages, running in the house. You know how it is.
Listen, yeah. I'm watching this door because I have two outside.
Goodness. How are King and Queen? I love them.
They are amazing. Amazing.
MJ Sofly. That's gonna just be his new name, MJ Sofly.
Yes. Listen, I might have him put him on his shirt because that's what he's working on is his own T-shirt.
Here we go.
I might have to be MJ Sofly. I like
it. Behavior. I love it. I love it. How you been, sis? How you been?
I'm here. I'm maintaining, and I'm not complaining.
I know that's right. I mean, if you did,
I know what you're gonna tell me. I know what you're gonna tell me. So it don't even.
And right, like it don't even.
Listen,
and I feel the same way. It's no point of. Yeah.
Listen, I make a point when I call to do my check-in with you. I already know. I already know I'm gonna hear what I need to hear, even when I don't want to hear it.
That's right, sis.
Even when I don't want to hear it.
That's right, sis. You know, I got you. I got you on that.
I know you do. and that's why when you tell me stuff, I just say, okay. I heard you. I'm listening.
I heard you. Can we go eat after? You know I love to go just eat.
I got you. I already owe you. I owe you a meal. I got you.
Yes.
You know I got you because you had me in the clutch. I appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. No, no, don't even. You know dang and well. You always have me in the clutch, sis. Like straight up. Like, come on, man. Love every day since day one. That's the day one. Like, show up
Right?
as a friend day one. Like, not expecting nothing. Just I'm here to give. That's hey, we rock true friendship. I love it. Day
Of
one.
course. And
Day
nobody will
one.
ever understand, but it ain't meant for everybody to understand.
Mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business. That's all. That's all. That's all. Well, Queen. We have I actually want to bring our guest in a little sooner because she's actually going to be joining us in Rock True
I
Queens. Came
know.
across,
I'm
yeah.
excited.
And she's super dope, and she mad dope. Like I oh my god, her post enough. Like she ain't there. There's no filter. She doesn't know filter. She doesn't know FILTR. I'm sorry. Do those letters exist? Like her posts are just rock truth, and she rocks it every single day. You know what
I
I'm
love
saying? And
it.
I love it unapologetically. Like it's undeniable. And so I passed her a few times, but God would not let me pass her by. And I had to bring her on the show officially. So let's go ahead and bring in Miss Nikisha Spiller. Man. And oh, she do weddings.
I know. You didn't see?
She do
You
weddings.
didn't see?
Yeah,
I
she got
do.
to do a official rock true wedding. Like you have, I'm gonna tell her when she. I see she here, but she ain't here. She got to do
Hey,
official rock true wedding. Queen,
hey, how you doing?
good. How are
Hello.
you?
Hello.
I'm great.
Is it just me or I don't see her? Oh, well, there we go. Okay,
There she is.
okay.
All right.
Yay! Hey, Queen.
Hey,
How are
how you doing?
you?
I'm
Good.
excellent.
Good.
Yes,
Good. Good.
Well, welcome, ma'am.
Yes.
Welcome.
Welcome.
yes, I'm
Welcome.
excited. Like I'm like, yes, I'm ready to get it going.
What are your first thoughts? What are your first thoughts? Give us your first rock true thoughts.
I've actually been wanting to start a channel,
Okay.
and I kept like, man, I'm gonna do, makeup, beauty, and financial services. Health, wealth, and makeup.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, I need a platform, but I kept running, and I had to run my team. And I'm like, okay, the Lord gonna provide because I put it out there in the atmosphere. So something's gonna come my way. And when you came and asked me that, that's why I was excited. I'm like, oh, I get to be a host. I can practice. I can get my voice
Yes.
heard. And I'm like, all it is connections, Facebook, social media. If you're
Your
not on
spirit,
social media to
Queen.
use it for making money, I don't know what you're doing. You're wasting your time.
Sis.
But you
Indeed.
Period.
gotta project your energy, and God will send you what you need. You gotta put it out there. You gotta speak it. So
Teach.
yeah,
Yes. Seek that kingdom, seek that right. He will add to. And I love it. If you check that private chat, Rock True Finances, I can see
okay,
it. I can see
yeah.
it. We
Like
we
it's
are
the
here. Come on, sis.
it's
Go ahead.
you gotta speak life. You gotta speak abundance. You can't have a
Teach.
scarcity mindset.
Teach.
And the
Teach.
biggest thing is you gotta have the abundance, and that comes from self development. That comes from being right about the right mentors and reading the right books.
Come on,
Uh,
sis.
because they're not teaching us that in school, and they're not teaching us that growing up. And our parents, how can they teach us something they don't know about?
Teaching, sis. Sis. And
So
why would anybody that want to keep us oppressed tell us how to get out of oppression? It
right.
don't make sense, guys. So you gotta seek this knowledge for yourself.
Knowledge is power, but it's more power when you apply it.
Here we going. Here we going. Here we going. Come on, sis.
So you got to go read the books, but you can read the books, but if you don't take action, it
Come
means
on.
nothing.
It means absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Oh my God, yes. So yeah, like we're here to, reclaim everything that was, taken, everything that was lost,
Hmm.
and everything we gave away. Let's be straight. And
Yeah,
so we are here to dominate every aspect of government. And
yeah,
finances is just the next level. Like we got Doc Ock over here with sciences. We got AJ over here with the women. We have
yeah.
Tamoy and them over there with the youth, and Jate with youth. We got Lord Ty handling relationship. We have Rock True, just the pilot, just showing management. And now
Hmm.
finances. We got the cafe, so that's the food aspect taken
Yeah,
care of. We got the mental health portion with Rock Bottom. It's only right for Rock True Finances. Rock True Gaming
yeah,
is coming. Rock True Poetry. Yeah,
yeah.
man. I would love to start you off with that finance aspect.
Yeah,
And
life insurance, all that. That's what I do.
Oh,
oh
I'm right there with you. I'm licensed.
yeah. Oh
Yep, I'm licensed with life and health insurance, so that's what's up.
Yeah.
Oh, Mary, don't look at me. I'm sorry. I didn't. Yeah,
Rock True Life. It's Rock True Life. Rock True Life.
yeah.
I'm going nuts. I love that musical too. I love y'all. I love y'all. That is just time. It's time. Rock True
Hmm.
Life.
Listen,
And
don't
here
don't
goes,
beat me.
like,
I
I'm
didn't do
branded,
nothing.
like, this is my brand right here. This is the company I
Queen.
work with, you know, and they're very much big on the whole thing is minorities knowing it. And our CEO
Mhm.
geared this towards minorities and women. It's a book called The Blue Ocean Strategy. Basically, what he did was take an industry that is already saturated, but found the market that the corporate world doesn't want to talk to. And that's African American, Latinos, and women.
Teach.
And so he was like, I got it.
Yep.
I'll do what you won't do.
That's
And
and
I'm
that's
believing the people y'all don't want to
come
believe in.
on, Queen.
And I'm going to build them.
That's right.
And our top earner of the company is African American female.
Come on now. Come on
Illinois.
now.
In
Oh,
last 5 years,
wow.
she's made $6 million with her husband, helping
Oh, can you
families.
put that name in the group chat, in the private chat, so we can put it on the banner
Yes.
or to scroll across? Oh my God. And if you listen to what it was that you were saying about what it is that they're doing, that's kingdom. God is going after the people that are rejected. It's the people that don't nobody want to deal with.
Hmm.
Everybody brush away because they don't dress the part or look a certain way. And he deals with those people. Those his people. He go out for those people, not the one that's
The
already good by
unusual
themselves.
suspects.
And he builds them and he edifies
Yeah.
them in him. That the same aspect. That's a kingdom management strategy. And
Yeah.
again, just rocking true. And that's yeah. Let me put them in the group.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's the unusual suspects that surprise you.
Come on. Woo!
It's the unusual suspects. Like, we look at, there's a lot of people that dress well, speak well, but are not about people. And in
Come
order to
on,
make money, the
Queen.
first thing is you got to sell people on you. They have to like and respect you. So I can have the
Yeah.
best product around, but if I'm not genuine and I'm not talking to people and meeting them where they're at, it's going to go right over their head.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but if you are really genuine and really care about people, you get in the people business, you always gonna make money. So the money is the byproduct.
Teach this. Teach.
People, the money
Woo!
is the product. You gotta first get them to trust you. And if people don't
About that.
know that you care about them, they're not about to deal with you.
No, they not. No, they not. Come on, Queen.
This is all the
Tell us
stuff I learned being a part of
about
this. Because our CEO is only 42 and he has the number one entrepreneur channel on all of YouTube.
my Lord.
And
Come
he's
on,
about to
Queen.
leave and go expand. So I'm getting all of this from a mentor, a man who graduated high school with a 1.8 GPA.
Come on, sis. Because what does that really measure? What does
Right.
it ever really measure? You know what I'm
He's
saying?
worth more than
Look,
everybody he graduated with
come on,
at
sis.
42.
Come on. That's what I'm saying. That's how you know the system is just for us to join a workforce. You know what I'm saying? Not to do the
And I'll put his name in the chat. It's Patrick Bet David. And the
Patrick.
name of his YouTube channel is Valuetainment.
So Patrick A.
Patrick Bet David and his Valuetainment. He has great content, interviews. Kevin Hart has been at our conventions. George Bush, Kobe Bryant was the last interview we got to see live before he passed away. Rest his
Oh,
soul.
shut up.
Live. I got to see him live in the mindset. We have books of the month to build people's mindset because you can never out earn your identity ever.
Mm-hmm.
You have to grow here in order to stay solid when you make the money. Because a lot of people make a lot of money, but they don't know what to do with it because they haven't
That's
built their
true.
mindset.
That's true. Oh my goodness, sis, you are amazing.
Hey, it's taking it to being a student. That's all. That's it. It's just taking it to being a student. Like, a lot of people take in information, but they don't become a student.
Come on.
And let it apply to their life. So you got to be a student. I never will know it all. I tell new people when they come in this, you're never going to know it all. If we knew it all, we'd be where we want to be financially.
Exactly.
I've been for the last since I asked you for that. So that was at 6:12, about 3 minutes. I cannot even put the banner up because I can't. I got need to listen. I want to listen. Will, where are you? I want to listen. I don't want to hear. I want to listen. She's dropping
Will jumped
gems,
out.
Will.
Will said he out. He gotta go.
Oh,
He
he
got
was
stuff
I'm
to
here
do.
something that Will, can you put this information, the PH agency and the Patrick pet bet David and then the Valuetainment? Can you put that in the thingy? And then go to Valuetainment if you can on the YouTube, please. Okay, go ahead. I want to listen.
Okay.
Tap this. She dropping jewels. I can't even think. I'm trying to think. You know, different.
It's look, it's a lot of people don't know you need a mentor, first and foremost. Okay. He has a book called Your Next 5 Moves. Okay. He talks about non-negotiables and also what he did to build the business the way he did. The books he read, the mentors that he listened to, the tests, the trials, the ups, the downs, how he had to become a totally different person.
Teach.
And he had to let go of certain people. You know what I'm saying? Yep, this is it. And you have to celebrate people. People will always do more if you celebrate them. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted to build a company. He left the old company he was with to start this one because the CEO didn't treat his agents the way he should have and paid them the way they should have. They were capped. He's like, I want to build a company that everybody can fit the vision. He said, if you are a leader, your vision should be big enough that God gave you that you can fit everybody. If it can't fit everybody, then it's not big enough. And it's up to them what they're going to do. Because I can't, nobody can help you be successful. You have to want to be. People can give you the knowledge and everything, but you have to want to be. And so we get to represent 20 to 30 different companies because of that, because one size doesn't fit all. Now, I tell people we're not miracle workers. So, if you're almost dying or something like that, we can't we can't force the insurance company to insure you. But we want to help you be proactive instead of reactive. Okay. Mm-hmm. Even about your life, not just people think when they join this that, it's just life insurance. No, this is a movement. It's a ministry.
Come on, Queen.
This is a movement. And if you're not here to teach people and be a part of the movement, you're in the wrong company, because this company is not built for selfish-minded people. This is a kingdom-driven company.
All right. I gotta talk to him.
Period. If you want to know what it is, it's a kingdom-driven. If you don't like to compete, if you don't want to be the next level of yourself, this ain't it for you. We don't want everybody, by the way. It's all good. But we do want to help you.
Ain't that us? You said you're describing us. You're describing us. Go ahead. This is I always say it's crazy. It's not crazy. It's kingdom. Go ahead, please.
So with him, he built this company because he was like, man, I'm about to take it to another level. Y'all still trying to stay in the old way, white male dominated, all that stuff. No, we about to go into the minority community. They have money. You know what I'm saying? You just got to teach them and give them the education.
That's the problem. They
you just got to educate people.
They won't give them the financial literacy as to how to spend it properly, save or budget and things like that. So you're not like, even with the packages they gave us, you're in Indiana, the $600 they supposedly they're giving, the residents, but you're not giving them financial education as to how to. So then you cripple them because they're going to get into debt thinking that they have this extra income for whatever, and they're going to be overspending as opposed to preserving properly. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Look, this is what happened to me. I used to be in the medical field. I didn't come from financial services, nothing like that. Like, I'm not a money person. Okay. I tell people this every time I talk to them. Like, look, I'm not a money person. I always sucked at money, and I wanted to get into something that would teach me how. I used to be a surgical technologist. I'm from Gary. My grandparents raised me. I was always told, go to school, get good grades, go get a degree, you're gonna make all this money. Yeah. Okay. Didn't see that. I wanted to be a doctor. And it was like, oh, that sounds cool. Then I'm figured out I got to do math and science for 10 years and I can't do that. So I was like, before I get into debt, let me make sure this is what I want to do. So I became a medical assistant. I wanted to be a pediatrician. I love kids. Okay. I used to work in ministry. I used to be an organist for the church. I used to be, work with the youth. And I was like, I love babies. I live vicariously through other people. I don't have any children right now. But I live vicariously through my friends, and I can give them back. And I wanted to help the babies. And I was like, okay, I'm going to become a medical assistant. One of the doctors told me, don't waste my time and my money, because guess what? You could be a nurse practitioner half the time, and we're the lowest paid doctors anyway. You could make the same amount. And I was like, wow, okay, thank you for that truth. Okay. Right. But I went back to be a surge tech, and I ended up having to retire because of 3 back surgeries. That put me out of commissions. My plan B was to always work for myself because I didn't want to end up like the people at my job who hated their life, who felt like their life was over. They've been working for the same people 20, 30 years, unappreciated.
Yep.
And they bitter Betties. And I didn't want to be that. Life is not over at 50. Okay. Like, geez, like it's over. It's a lot of people that die every day, Monday at 8 a.m. And they ain't not in the casket. Okay. That's in the book of the energy bus. Okay. Like most people don't have energy and they can't attract nothing good because their energy is bad because they feel stuck. They're like, I'm stuck here. I can't do nothing else. And they sold themselves on that. So it's funny to me. They were like, I'm not a salesperson. Well, you sold yourself on this life that you don't want. So what we talking about? You are a salesperson. You got kids. You got a husband, right? You sold them on you. You got to sell your kids every day. You're the best salesman ever. Because you're trying to keep them from dying every day for the first half of their life. Because I used to be a living nanny for a kid. Like, my whole job was just trying to keep you from dying. Okay. Like, do you got an insurance policy on them? Because these kids, but I was like, man, I got put out of commissions. I had no retirement. I had nobody to tell me how to save my money. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going into this with absolutely nothing on a disability check. And I'm like, I'm about to do this. So a gentleman who brought me into this, his name was Terry Stanton. He's a CPA. At that time, he worked for NIPSCO for 10 years. And he didn't like where he was at. Same age as me. We both 38. And he told me, hey, why don't you come check this out? You need to come look. I'm like, hey, I'm in networking mode. I was doing a networking event so I could meet like-minded people. And he came to my second one that I held. And he was like, I just want to get out here and learn how to network too. And you should come check out what we do. And I said, okay, yeah, all day. I'm in networking mode because I was in the mindset. I went. This is the dress I wore when they recruited me. And I had a jacket on top of it. And I started like, on a disability check, I was getting it. And I said, look, I got some money from school. Let's go get this going. They didn't have to finish. People try to get me to do a lot of things. Mary Kay, all that stuff. I'm not knocking it, but that wasn't going to set me financially free. You know, it may work for other people, but financial services, I have been talking about, Lord, I just want to get better with money. I need to find some people that can help me get better with money. And he sent that gentleman. And sometimes we pray for a lot of things and the Lord will send it, but because it didn't come in the package that we want it to be, we reject it. And then we end up losing.
Teach, sis.
If you pray about something, you got to trust the answer. It doesn't matter about the package. You got to pray that, okay, because I feel with a lot of people, well, I've been wanting to do this and that. Okay, well, here goes the opportunity. Why are you saying no?
Teach.
Can't cry about the same thing twice. I'm about solutions. Do you really want a solution or you just want to cry? Because I was tired of where I was at. Are you really tired? Because what you don't learn to hate, you tolerate. So obviously you don't hate it enough.
Teach.
I hated where I was at and I did not want to be stuck. And I was like, man, I need to make money if I'm being an entrepreneur. And since then, I've been learning. You know, I needed a mentor. I need somebody to show me that got a proven system. And I was like, oh, I do wedding and event planning, but he got a system. So now if I can build this, I can build anything else because I don't have to do this for life. All I got to do is go get the equity. Right now, we can get equity. He sold his shares of the company so people could get equity this year before he leaves.
Wow.
We're still privately owned. Tell me what CEO does that so you can be financially free.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, yeah.
He built this out of his pockets and is giving you a chance to be his partner. And all you got to do is hit certain metrics. That's it.
My Lord. Wow.
He sold his shares. He had closed it back in 2019.
Wow.
So all you got to do, I'm not playing these last 6 months of the year. We're going to Vegas in August, and I plan on taking people with me. You're not a leader. You're not a winner if you ain't taking people with you at all.
Look, what dates are you going?
We're going August 9th through the 12th. I still have extra tickets. So, you know, I still got extra tickets if you want to go.
Look, I'm going. I actually have a trip planned to San Diego on the 11th. But, yeah, I'm right there. But what date did you say?
The 9th through the 12th.
Mm-hmm. I need.
And we're doing a gala night, so we're having like guests. We're having a illusionist. We're having speakers to show you how to make millions. We have Mike Tyson coming for our Directors and Up meeting to speak to us exclusively. Yeah, we got a lineup. He's going all the way out.
Oh
So
wow.
he's going out. We're taking over MGM Grand. Like that's how
I
many
know
people
that's
gonna
right.
be.
I love
It's
MGM Grand.
yeah, we're taking it over. We got over 10,000 people
Nice.
coming.
Oh
That's
my
how
god.
many
Okay.
agents we
I'm gonna have
have
to talk to you,
nationwide.
Queen, after this. We Rock True may have to be there.
Mm-hmm.
We may
Nationwide.
have
I tell people it's a big networking event. You don't have to be a part of the company.
right.
Everybody's welcome. You come as a guest,
We
see it. People love the environment, the energy. Sometimes people just need the energy because people are,
that's what I'm saying.
pulling at them every which way when they're here.
Eat.
And they're like, man, I just need to get in the right frame around people who are doing what I'm doing and believe in me, because sometimes your family and friends can be your worst enemy. And you need people who see
Yes.
the vision.
I can't, Erica. I can't.
We just had this conversation.
I'm not right now, but
We just had this conversation.
I can't.
You need the energy. People, like when I go, it's like going to church. It's like, yes, I needed that. But it's like on 20.
I understand that it's imperative to have an environment that's conducive to growth, and to have, again, like that's why I keep saying it's Rock True. It's the love we share. Love above ain't nothing matter. None of these shows matter.
Yeah,
I love our relationship with each other come before anything. We can stop all this. Let's make sure we're straight, and we need that. And people to help edify, build us up, so that we can continue in the stuff that we doing.
Poor belief, poor, where they need it because they be getting sucked every day by energy vampires. And they like, can I do this? Can I do this?
Listen, they will suck you dry till you have nothing left for yourself, and they're full.
My queen.
Man, because you be like, could you crazies get out my face? Like, for real, you be like, can y'all bye?
And some people take the phrase protect your peace so lightly. It's like, oh, because everybody say it's cliche, but it's not. You have to protect your peace, and you have to protect your energy, because like you said, they'll suck you dry. They'll take everything, any and everything they can. And then when you sitting there all shriveled up and they full from your energy, then they looking at you like, well, what's wrong with you? Well, you know what? I let everybody take from me, and I didn't give to myself.
That part.
So,
and you feel bad sometimes because you're like, especially if you're a giver, you feel bad like, oh, am I being lazy? Am I, you feel bad, but then you're like, no, like I gotta rest. I can't keep going and going and going. You need to relax. That's not being lazy. That's called, re-upping on yourself so you can give more. You can't give from an empty cup. So you gotta rest, which is hard for me to do. I struggle with that because it's like I'll be thinking of like 10 other things. I'm like,
Yes. And some days I literally look at my stuff that I have to do, and it's like, you know what? Everything that I still need to do, it has to wait, because if I'm not energized, it's not gonna happen, or it's gonna be missing something. And it's the last minute that I figure out this is what is missing. But I was so tired and so worn out from everything else that I have to do that, it's gone. It's done.
Yeah. And then by the time you're like burnt out, now you really can't give, and your body's gonna force you to sit down. So you're like, so that's the whole thing. Like you got to find the not balance, but just knowing to take that time out, and that's still an appointment to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like say it as an appointment. Like, look, I'm busy during that time. Make it non-negotiable. You're gonna have to wait. Y'all gonna make it. Figure it out. Because you're asking me to figure it out. You can go figure it out in that time.
Right. If you're still waiting when I'm done with myself, then we can talk. But until then, this is my time. No.
I'm big on resourcefulness. Like when I drink like that, yes. So somebody on Facebook said I find my creativity gets stunted when I'm drained like that. Then I don't handle new situations well, which is basically any new that's truth. Like your brain, your brain be on autopilot, and you don't really be your full self or full capacity. You know what I'm saying? That's true.
Oh, that was Doc Ock. Yes,
Doc Ock. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. When you're not functioning at full capacity, you forget things. That's big though, to be organized too, where you do have a schedule for yourself, which I got to get better at sometimes, because I start off and then it'd be like, You know, but you do have to, because if you know your limits, you know what you can and can't do, then you have to, you know, and you still get stuff done. You know, people spend 8 hours and still don't get nothing done. You can do stuff, you can knock out a lot in 2 hours. You know, so yeah.
Selena said, "Blessings in abundance, Rose." Oh, thank you for returning. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, you know, it's crazy because my month will look amazing on paper when I put it on my planner, and once I start breaking that week down and then into my day, it's like, ooh, no, we're gonna scratch that. We're gonna replan that day. So.
I have days where I feel lost. Like, you ever had days where you be like, I'm just random today. Like, what's going on? Like, I don't feel like I got nothing accomplished. But the days you make that schedule, when you have appointments, you get so much done. You be like, you feel better. It does something for your self-esteem when you come through for yourself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to be organized. Coming through for yourself. She said, y'all know I'm going around just watching.
She said she wanted to listen. So.
Yeah, she did. She was like, I don't want to do this. But those are days where you have to, you get, that feeling you have, that euphoric feeling, then you feel like you can reward yourself. So that's why I say the organization helps, because then you're like, okay, I did accomplish this, so now I can take this time to do me, you know?
Yeah.
And you feel better about it.
Yes.
So
and you don't feel bad about rewarding yourself.
You don't.
No.
So whatever, you got to reward yourself, reward and punishment. Because if you don't come through, what's the punishment? You know what I'm saying? If you do come through, what's the reward? Because the pain got to outweigh, you know. I started listening to too many motivational personal developments on YouTube, and my job couldn't keep up. Because your identity start growing, and they not doing that. Your bosses or anything, they not doing that.
No,
they not doing that. And then when you start finding your worth, they know it. So they try to, you know, get in your head or belittle what you're trying to do, and you're trying to
your little business.
Do your little business. Yes, Pam, I am. What are you doing besides hating your life? Jeez.
The one that gets me is, you know, you'll make more money working with me, or you know, you'll make more money if you stay here. Listen, I don't want to build your business. I want to build mine. I want my business. I want my own freedom. I don't want to build your freedom.
Well, my thing is, have you reached your financial freedom? Would I really make more money being with you? Because I'm capped. Because you can only pay me so much.
Yeah, but when you have you have these other businesses where, you know, everybody working for them, they're capped. They're not.
They're not. Yeah, like they know. By the way, your job know when your identity changes. She's like, I was done with my work to-do list by lunch. I know that's right.
Exactly.
Like, it's the truth though. Like, you have to find your value. You have to find your gift. You know what I'm saying, and walk in it. And let me tell you, how do I say? People are bothered by you. So I have a guy on my team, right? He works for Methodist. And he was new. He's not from here. He's from Michigan. And he's like, I like rocking
Michigan
suits. I like rocking suits. And I said, oh, okay. And can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. He's like, I like rocking suits. And he was like, so I was at work, you know, rocking my suits, and people thought I was the manager. And people would approach me. They'd bother my manager. So they said I couldn't wear suits anymore. And he was like, that's when I knew that job was not for me. Like, I knew something was bigger. And I'm like, wow, you threatened by me. But it was the confidence that comes when you dress up. I tell people when they come into the business, you feel better when you look good, you feel good.
Yep.
So if you ever feeling down, like, I like to play in my makeup. I just started learning how to do it. Shout out to my homegirl, you know, for showing me. I started watching videos and stuff like that, you know, and I watched her, and I'm like, I like wigs. I like makeup. Okay. That is my release. I love it. I know when I get to my financial freedom number, I'm going to have a whole glam squad. Okay. Cause I don't want to, you know, that's my obnoxious goal. I want a glam squad, but it is relaxing. And you got to find that thing for you, you know, that, you know, helps you get back to why you're doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And so what happened is When people try to hold you back, that ain't the place for you.
Yep.
Because if a leader's trying to hold you back from what you can really do, they're not a real leader.
No. And then
I
when you
can't
know they're
operate
trying to
with you.
hold you back, they just let you know you're reaching a ceiling that you're bigger than anyway. So it's time to move. Period.
And people will be jealous of that, by the way. Like, who do you think you are? You ever heard stuff like, oh, she thinks she cute, or who do you think you are? But when you start business, you gotta look sharp. Ain't nobody about to do business with me and I don't look like money. I don't care if I got $0 in the bank.
You got
I'm
to
not
just
gonna walk outside looking like a crazy person.
Yep. And you know, and that, you know, you got to dress the part of where you want to be, not where you are. So
Boom. And you don't know that it something internally glows too when you like, you know, what are your things that you like? You don't always have to be makeup, just look presentable. People follow confident people. If you're deflated, they see that energy. Why would I want to follow you?
And they
like
pick up.
They do.
Yep.
They also pick up on fake and phony vibes too.
Right, that part.
When you're doing too much, be you. Because if you're trying to be me, who's gonna be you? Be you.
Yep. And my shoes don't fit you on purpose. Oh.
So I had an amazing manager at the job, not even using my degree. She was my manager I was on. I love her. That's why having a bad manager after her was even more disappointing. Yeah. Because you do have people that you run into that they were great supervisors. And you're like, oh, they always encourage me. They, you know, you still cool with them to this day. Those are the people like you want to hold on to. You know what I'm saying? I tell people to go back and recruit them. Because they not reaching their potential either.
Right?
That job don't love them. Like let them come through and make some money for real, using them skills and people skills.
You know, and you know, it's funny you say people skills. There's so many people who do not have people skills or relationship skills to build on those relationships. It's crazy. And you hurt yourself so much by not having any or like limited people skills.
I call them socially awkward. Like people that's socially awkward. Whew, you could tell they don't know how to read cues, body language, nothing. I started actually studying signs in people's signs. I never was big into it, but I knew my sign. I'm an Aquarius, and it helped me learn more about myself. Because I tell people there's different there's different factors to people. Okay, there's their sign, there's their background, how they were raised, you know, environmental, you know, experiences they went through that make people. And there's also a thing called a birth chart. So my homegirl, she got into it and taught me about people's birth chart and what makes them them.
Okay.
And you know, in the church, you know, they're like, "Oh, that's witchcraft." Like, well, first of all, did you study it to know
But
what
did
it really is? Did you read it, or somebody told you that? See, that's the problem.
Because your big mama told you it was witchcraft and sorcery.
But Big Mama didn't go to therapy, and she's still toxic because she don't know herself. All right. But back to the situation at hand. So, but no, when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay. You got to study human nature too. We had a book called Human Nature. You got to study just people habits to study people so you know how to coach people. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't believe it, just watch people. Everybody has certain things they do a little bit. Certain habits, certain things they're not even aware of sometimes. And being in the business of studying people, if you're going to be in the people business, you got to study people. I'm sorry. You're going to have to. You have to know what makes people tick, what they believe in, respect what they believe in, what they don't believe in. You have to. You know what I'm saying? If somebody say they observe the Sabbath on Saturday, I don't make them compromise anything. You respect it. Hey, that's their day.
Yep.
There's like 6 other days of the week they can get stuff done.
So, yep, observation is key.
Yeah. Observation. You got to watch people. People watch. Sometimes you got to step back, be quiet, and watch.
Yes.
You know, because customer skills are coveted because they are useful in any interaction. Yep, to improve teamwork. And if you're not a team player, people can tell.
Oh yeah,
because your habits will tell on you. Yeah. See, a lot of people try to use this to sell people. I'm sold on actions. So you can say something here, but I'm going to watch how you move.
Yep.
I remember I was telling somebody, I've been talking to people this week, and I said, I don't trust people who have low self-esteem. That's the most dangerous person on earth.
Whew.
And he was like, what do you mean? I had a girl say, what do you mean? I said, because people with low self-esteem will do anything to be seen.
Mm.
And it's not malicious. It's because of their emptiness.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll do things out of character that they probably wouldn't do normally if they were building their identity. That they do anything for clout. Yes. Because it's like you're still seeking validation.
Yep.
And you cannot be saying that you're a believer and still seeking people's validation.
Yep. And
That means you don't have true faith. Can't have faith and fit. They can't go together. Like sometimes you got to learn that you don't have to shine at everything. Sometimes you need to fall back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the most dangerous person on earth, if you don't learn nothing else, is person with low self-esteem or still insecure like me and people like that. I never befriend them too long. I pray and wish you the best, but I never, because in an Aquarius, I like to move around. I like to do what I want to do. I don't judge people. You know, I want to build people up. I'm humanitarian at heart. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to see anybody done wrong, and I don't like any of that. But I will cut you off. My cutoff game is superb.
Listen,
that I could detach as an Aquarius is scary. It's almost sociopathic.
Listen, my
Okay.
best friend is an Aquarius, and it's hilarious because yes,
People think we're crazy. You know, like people think we're crazy, but it's like, no, I live my best life. I want you to live yours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want you to live yours. Like, if I don't agree with something, that don't affect me. That ain't none of my business.
Listen,
I don't have to be around it. That's why it's called choices, you know. But it's crazy how people say, oh, I believe in God, but God gave us free will, but you still out here trying to make people live by yours. I'm confused.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That's why it's called choices.
Really? She did not just pop in. Just I can't.
I'm having an
Not
issue.
today.
I'm trying to like just sit in my chair. I can't. Because that's why it's called choices. I can't.
That's the reason it is. I mean, their face may be showing. It's the truth. Like, we so busy trying to force the energy you're trying to do to force people to be them, you know, somebody outside of them. You could have been using that energy to build yourself up.
Exactly.
That's wasted energy. Like, you can't force nobody to do nothing, okay? You just love people for where they at and keep it moving. If it's not for you, keep going. You know, there's phases, you know, but you can't hold on to that too long. You gotta accept people for who they are, move around, you know. But I've learned this like just as I'm getting older and like I said, reading books, you know, because I always knew, but I didn't know how to. Nobody was developing that in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody raised the question, does the church teach you how to be single? Does the church teach you how to do this? And I'm like, no. They don't. They give you a set of rules. But they don't tell you, like, our parents really didn't. I think about it. Our parents grew up in a time where they had to be solid. They weren't taught to be, you know, they couldn't be weak. They had to live through a whole lot of stuff, you know? And they didn't even face some of their trauma. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
They haven't faced anything that they're going through. So how are they going to teach us? Like, Black people fear therapy.
To this day, even though, I mean, and it's crazy. You, so many people just take therapy as a negative stigma, and it's like, listen, a therapist is there to help you get through and talk through whatever you're thinking, whatever your problems, or wherever you're trying to make it to, and
without judgment.
Yeah, you know, therapists are like, you have some that are they're particularly in just being your life coach, coaching you through the issue, coaching you through the problem, actually coaching you through your happy points to get to that next level. It's not necessarily, you're crazy if you go to therapist. No, you're not. You're smart because you're reaching out for help and not sitting there, you know, wallowing with whatever you got going on. So no, they're there to help. They're there to assist.
They are. And the thing is also be a neutral party because they're going by and they can see through a lot of stuff. They're taught to read between the lines, you know, because sometimes you can express yourself to your family, but they don't get it. and they only know you. They're their sight is short sighted. They just know you as you. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to see past your past. So you got to talk to somebody who has no idea who you are, no idea of the mistakes you made, unless you tell them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to hate that saying, like, your reputation, will always precede you. And you're like, okay, well, if I go to a new city, they don't know who I am. What are we talking about?
Exactly.
Like, so you talking about how your mama got like 5 kids by 3 different people?
You play too much.
That don't have nothing to do with nobody's business.
Right?
Because the most judgmental people be the most, they be claiming they so saved, but they be throwing shade. And you be like, hold on.
Ready to point the finger. No, ma'am. Point your finger at yourself first. Not
like
me.
Nobody spoke up about that. You can always find your husband, whatever you are searching for in this life. You just have to redirect and correct. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of people putting limits on people because they made a mistake at some point. All of us make mistakes. Some of you people just make it and don't say anything, Exactly. Everybody does. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
There's no VIP section in heaven because you went to church for 80 years. Okay.
Right. And if you don't make mistakes, that means you haven't tried anything. Now, what you try might be good or bad, but if you never make a mistake, you never tried anything.
Most people haven't even went out to live their dreams. Why would I let you stop me from living mine? You weren't even brave enough to make a step forward.
You weren't brave enough to leave the state. Yeah. You weren't brave enough to leave the West Side. What can you tell me?
Oh, and everything I love. Like, wait, you telling me you ain't never left the great state of Indiana? You ain't went outside of Gary?
Listen.
Like, and to be real, millionaires will show you what they're doing.
Oh, listen, I just had this conversation with somebody else that, the people with, I'm not going to say the most money, but the people with money, they don't mind showing you how they got there, where they started, where they are. And they don't mind showing you how to get to where they are. But it's the ones who, who are on their way up, and they'll kick you just so they can try to step up. And it's like, no, you can burn a candle from each end and still reach the same point.
Scarcity mindset. Most people have a scarcity mindset. Even when I was trying to build here in my city, I ran into a lot of people with egos. And I'm like, why you got an ego? You only make 6 figures, not even like truly. You make it as a job. Try making 6 figures on your own as a business. Then we could talk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not no easy feat. And it'd be funny when people are like, oh, have you became a millionaire yet? No. But I don't know any millionaires who are millionaires overnight.
Right.
And that lets me know your ignorance. If you mad, just say so. I mean, if you ain't got to cheer for me. Good day. Like, because I don't want your energy anyway. I don't want your limited mindset around me.
I have learned this last year that strangers will cheer for you harder than anybody else.
They will. That's why I never understood people that be like, I don't want no new friends, or I don't want to, be around new people. Why not? Your friends.
Oh, I welcome. Because
your friends are still getting the same check. Like, what we talking about? That's what you listening to?
Nope. I welcome new friends.
I welcome them. If they willing to cheer me on and they doing something I want to do, why would I not? You know what I'm saying? How you going to expand your mind? See, a lot of people like to stay in a comfort zone and have people fluff them and make them feel good. Nobody likes to be challenged. But they want to be this big, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be financially free. Okay, well, what circles are you running in now? Because it's the thing. If you got a circle of 4, if you can name me your 4 people that you hang around the most, you can show me your future.
Yep.
If you're wondering why your life is not going the next direction, it's because you haven't went to new circles.
Yep.
You can't stay in the same circle and want to go to new levels. They don't go together.
Yep.
They don't go. They don't work out.
Yeah. If they're not pushing you, it's time to move. You got to push yourself to that next circle.
But people's self-esteem gets in the way. And you don't realize those people in those circles started off where you were. They were just brave enough to go talk to somebody new. They're not there to put you down. If you're going to run into nasty people wherever you go, on the level you're at, on the next level, and the next level after that, you just got to surround yourself with the right people. That's all. So Can't be fearful and want big things. It's not going to happen in the circle you're in. You have to go meet new people, and it's human nature to feel intimidated a little bit because you're like, this is new, it's scary, it's I've never done this before. I don't know what this person is going to be like. I don't know how they're going to, if they're going to be open to my questions that I have. But you don't know unless you do it.
Yeah,
and I don't even use the word try because either I don't like the word try. Either you're going to do it or you're not. Like if you try, that's a polite no. We good on that. Right. What you have to do? For real.
Exactly.
I hate that word try. I'm gonna try. Are you? That means you're letting yourself off the hook because you don't want to make a commitment because your self-esteem doesn't allow you to. Stop. Because if you're doing business, I ain't gonna tell the client I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get it done.
Indeed, I love it.
You gotta change your language. That's all.
And that's the biggest thing is change your language. And change like you said, I'm gonna try to it or nah, I'm gonna do it.
It does something to you when you say I'm gonna do it. Now you hold yourself accountable because you're like, I gotta come through. You know what I'm saying? And even if I don't, that don't mean change the goal. I just need to change the way I do it and learn what made it not work. Okay, I don't need to do that again. Let me try a new way.
Yep, plan A only.
Yeah, you ain't gotta change the plan. Just change how you execute it. You may be making it harder than what it is. Yep.
I'd rather make a mistake trying than not trying at all. So I'm with it.
Yep.
Indeed. Well, and outside of, I know we've been talking about finances and everything, but can you just tell us a little bit about your wedding event planning? Just a little bit about what you do. What's your favorite things that you do in that realm?
And if you have, like, I went looking for it, that's what I've been doing. I've been looking for it, and I'm coming up with your IG. Is it a thing so I can display anything that you did, or?
Oh yeah, you can go on my Facebook. It's Beautiful Weddings on a Budget.
Do me a favor. Can you? What you on your phone or your what you on?
I'm on my computer.
Weddings on a Budget on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm about to type it in here.
Okay, because I see LinkedIn, I see Pinterest.
It's on Facebook.
Okay, Queen.
And it has a lavender logo.
Okay. All right, I'll be back. Go ahead.
All right. I love doing networking events because I like to encourage other people, other entrepreneurs, to get out there and, especially in our community, in the African American community, Black business owners and small business owners to get out there and have a platform to talk about what they do. To also display what they do because we have a lot of talented people in the community. My last one was for Father's Day. I did a cigars and whiskey event, which was absolutely fun.
Ooh.
Okay. And I had the men. I wanted to highlight the men because Black men do not get highlighted a lot, especially Black fathers, men who are, Black men who have their own business and killing it. And I wanted to highlight them, especially we have a lot of them in Gary, you know what I'm saying? But men sometimes can be a little, hard to get to. So you got to get them out of their shell, you know what I'm saying? But because I always get more women than men. So I had brought out some men. One was a fashion designer. Another has his own podcast, and he's out of Fort Wayne. And I had another gentleman. He spoke at the, somebody from my team. I had him speak. I had a DJ there who has his own, entertainment business also. And then the place I had it at, the wine bar is called Dialogue, and it's owned by a Black couple, that I always partner with. And they want to give that experience of not having to go to Chicago, but you can have the experience at their, establishment. So I just want to highlight people, and those are my favorites. I did just sign up a new bride. I kind of put off doing weddings for a little bit because they're time consuming. And what I do is time consuming with building a business, because my vision is to really build it and get my equity so I can build my wedding and event planning business the way I want to, without having loans, without owing anybody, where I can fund my business and build it the way I want to, because I want to collaborate the two.
Okay.
Because my couples are entering a new life. But see, when I do that sale to do that wedding, it's one sale. Life insurance is residual, so they can become my clients for life and also protect their future family. They'll come back. They trust me. I've already built the trust of them being my clients on the wedding side. So what I want to do is I want to have a building with everything in it to help that couple start off life right.
I love
because a lot of people think, oh, we're married. No, that's just a day.
it. Right.
You know what I'm saying? You need to like plan, like, because finance is the biggest thing that break up a lot of couples.
Yep.
You know, and I used to be a person, you know, oh, it's such a pretty fantasy, but the reality is you need money. You ain't about to go nowhere without money. So I wanted to marry those two, and then also branch off and do other events. Like I said, my networking events are my most favorite because I get to meet different people. I get to interact with different people, you know, and also teach some people like how to really promote themselves. A lot of people we're not taught to promote ourselves.
No.
You know, don't humble yourself into low self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? You gotta promote thyself to get business, you know, because if you don't, who's going to promote you? Hardly
Exactly.
You know?
You know, and for me, it's been a year now I've had my business, and that was the first thing. I was like, I don't want to post, and now I post at least every other day now, just because it was like, oh, I don't know, nah, forget it. Either you like it or you love it, whatever.
So a nugget that my CEO, I got to go to an after party, and he gave us a nugget on social media. Okay. He said, I have a business page and I have a team that runs that business page. He said, then I have my personal. He said, talk about you. You know what I'm saying? He was like, because he was like, people buy into you and they like doing business with people they feel are personable, that are real. You know, social media is that platform that everybody is on. He said, but talk about you. You know what I'm saying? Because you definitely, people buy into you first before they do any business with you.
Yep.
Humanization. It's humanization. That's all. It's not being vain. It's not being, you know, show your personality. My posts are my personality. That's how I speak. I'm silly. I like to have fun. I have a sense of humor. And when you meet me, that's who I am. So sell people on you. You know what I'm saying? The rest, they'll buy your product once they like you. You know what I'm saying? So yes, that's the biggest thing I learned. Like, he talks about his family. He said, look, people want to join PHP. They know I run this company. If they wanted to do it, they would have did it a long time ago.
Exactly. I love it.
So just sell people on you. Become friends with people. Don't write them off because they don't want to do what you want to do. It may not be for them.
Mm-hmm.
That right there, that picture right there is my second event that I met my business partner at, where you see that black and where I have my glasses on. That's when I got recruited. Yes. I have put myself out there, and it's taking a step into believing in yourself. If you don't believe in you, other people won't take a chance to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? And I can marry my events with PHP. PHP does not stop me. I get to build my own brand here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Which other companies you can't do that with in corporate, not in traditional life insurance. No,
definitely not. Now, do you have any networking events coming up?
So I put that on pause because we're getting ready for Vegas. Okay. But coming back, I do want to do something for back to school or something like that. I have actually events I booked at a wine and tacos. It's a lady I met. She's from another company that's like a rival company of ours, but we clicked, and she has her own wine traveling business. Ooh. So I'm like, she's like, this is what I do. That's my best friend. These are my best friends. That was the first time I ever match made, and it made sense. So we grew up in church together, and her husband was my manager at McDonald's, my first ever job. He's at the top with the white on. And the rest are her family, who I've known forever. All of them were in my kids' choir when I was younger.
He looked like dude from Wakanda.
You said what?
He looked like dude from Wakanda.
Oh.
He do. That's, girl, I'd be like, girl, it was in Wakanda when I took this.
Yes, all of those. These are all people I grew up with. But yes, so yeah, I want to do some more, but I'll put it on hold for right now because we're on the run to get this equity. So I was like, I'm gonna do some more though, because I like putting people in the room, and that's my way of also presenting what I do. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I was like, I'm gonna hold off, see what announcements are gonna get made. You know, we're having an announcement tonight, so I'm like, let's see what this is. So yeah, so I can't wait. But when I come back, I'm about to be lighting it up. And I like to have them once a month. I do, just to get new people in, and everything like that. So I do like to do them once a month if I can. But I know September I have that event, and then October 10th I have a wedding actually to create designs for. So I do know how to decorate too. I do that. Those flowers you saw, the purple, I did those. I put those together, and I did my first wedding. I put the bouquets together in the program and everything like that. So yeah, that right there. Yeah, the purple. Yep.
That's pretty. I like that.
So they just went and did everything, and then I put it together.
That is awesome. Well, definitely let us know when you have that next event coming up. For me, I'm always looking for networking events. So yes, definitely please let us know.
Yeah. Most definitely, I'll keep you in the loop. I'm gonna post it. Anybody I connected with, I'm always share my events with you guys. So you can come out and do your thing. I'm looking for a new venue to do it at. Because one of the owners is actually my client, and some of the other people. So I double recruit them. So like, hey, come part of my, referral program.
Joining us definitely was a pleasure having you on, getting to know you more about you, what you do, and everything.
Thank you.
Forward. Welcome to the RockTrue family. I can't wait to see what we all do together. So definitely thank you for joining us. Thank you for becoming part of the family.
Thank you for having me. I have fun. So I love this type of stuff. There's so many subjects I already had in my head for my channel. I'm like, I could talk about it here. Let's go.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to what we have coming with you and in store with you. So yes, definitely cannot wait. All right. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you for rocking truth with us, where we rock truth or nothing at all.